Mark chapter 12, verses 41 to 44. Now Jesus sat opposite the treasury and saw how the people put money into the treasury. And many who were rich put in much. Then one poor widow came and threw in 2 mites, which make quadrans. So he called his disciples to himself and said to them, Assuredly, I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all those who have given to the treasury. For they all put in out of their abundance, but she, out of her poverty, put in all that she had, her whole livelihood. Jesus sat down opposite the temple treasury and watched the people giving their offerings of money. According to Mishnah, there were 13 trumpet-shaped receptacles for this purpose, which were placed against the wall of the court of the women. The court given its name because women could go no further than this point. Many rich dropped in a large amount of money, but a poor widow came and put in only a few coins. The Message Bible describes the amount of money as a measly 2 cents. It's so small, it barely registers. Yet Jesus surprised his disciples by saying, This poor widow gave more to the collection than all the others put together. How did he say this? It was because she offered everything she had, while the others only gave a portion of their possessions. We can interpret this in 2 ways. First, Jesus could have been talking about actual money. In this analysis, though her offering was too small to be counted, the story of her giving would inspire thousands upon thousands of less fortunate people over the centuries to offer what they had for the cause of God's kingdom. If 1 million people offer $1 each, it amounts to $1 million. According to the second interpretation, Jesus could have been talking about the motivation behind the offering. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7 says, For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. God owns everything in the universe, and nothing is lacking for him. But he still asks us to give to his cause because he wants the devotion of our hearts. Whatever your treasure is, your heart will also be there. On that day, as Jesus watched the worshippers dropping in their offerings, there was no one who offered 100% devotion to the Lord. And then came the widow. Her wholehearted, no holds barred offering spoke to the extent of her devotion. Eclipsing time had become so corrupt that it was difficult to find the true worshippers. On another occasion, Jesus said, When the Son of Man comes, will he really find faith on the earth? In these last days, which we understand to be our generation, the situation is exactly the same as in Jesus' day. Jesus is looking for true worshippers who give 100% of themselves. Wouldn't you like to be one? Just like the poor widow who gave more than everyone else put together?